You know what? I love finding myself a 7 out of 10 game. Got another one here for you today. It's called Saboteur. Shout out to one of my subscribers called Hoover Motion who pointed this one out to me. It's made by a studio called Pandemic. Well, they're no longer a studio because of bullshit EA. But anyway, they made Mercenaries 1 and 2, which I absolutely adore. So this one is a game that completely passed me by. So it's an open world action game based in World War II. You play as Sean, who happens to be an Irish character, which is great to see. Although the voice actor isn't actually Irish, so you do get that little forced twinge in the Irish accent he's trying to put off.
Pull your head out of your arse, man.
And it's also a story about vengeance, and that's the ultimate driver for Sean as well, which is great. There's actually a solid story here, is what I'm getting at. The main story is scripted well, and it's actually acted and delivered well, again, albeit that little fake Irish accent that sometimes can get a little bit cringy. Anyway, here's a little flavour of the prologue cutscenes, and they're delivered really, really well.
Why are you doing this?
I'm a patriot.
You're a fucking animal.
We are all animals, beneath the skin. My godfather taught me that. He was a butcher, did you know? He taught me that the flesh holds no secrets once the skin has been removed. I had a long talk with your friend. He sang like a bird, but he could not tell me what I most want to know. We know that you're a British agent. We know that you were sent here to conduct surveillance on this facility.
What? You think I'm working for the damn Brits? You must be out of your bloody head.
Enough. You will tell me every operational detail of your mission. You will tell me, one way or another. Make your choice. Now!
Go fuck yourself! No! God! You fucking bastard!
Got the prisoner. The interrogation will continue when I return.
So yeah, a pretty grim opening to this scene, but again, it sets the tone for the revenge theme that the game is going for here. And Sean has also got that hatred for this guy that he's going after, and at the same time he's trying to liberate the entirety of Paris and work with the rebellion to try and fight back against the Nazis, which is a cool, really cool kind of shake-up on the World War II formula. From a gameplay perspective, missions are delivered in pretty standard open world fare. There is that kind of side fluff that you can get caught up on as well, but it can be easily avoided here. The main missions to me are where the enjoyment is mostly had, and there's some nice variety here. So it could be something simple as tailing an informant, taking them out stealth-like. And speaking on the stealth mechanics, so you can take out Nazis nice and sneaky like, you can take their uniforms, you can sneak around bases, and this particular mission here I'm breaking out some resistance members, and then the alarm goes off and all hell breaks loose. And you may notice, why is everything all grey all of a sudden? And the game uses this really cool visual cue to denote where areas have been liberated from the Nazis and where Nazis are most heavily present, if that makes sense. And when you actually eventually liberate a certain areas, colour is actually then restored to the area, which is a really, really cool mechanic to visually represent your achievements in the game. As for the combat itself, it's pretty standard third-person open world fare. If you're familiar with the Mercenaries series, you will get enjoyment out of this combat style.
There's the car. Ooh, she's a rare beauty.
So some of my favourite mission types are actually the ones where it gives you a variety of ways to approach a particular scenario. And as I mentioned previously, this system actually has a climbing system, something akin to Assassin's Creed, where you can climb buildings, and it essentially allows you to approach the objective in a variety of ways. In this case here, I thought best to climb up onto the building, take out the general and steal his car, because if you don't take him out first, he'll hop into the car and drive off. And once you complete missions, you earn contraband, and you can use that to buy new weapons and upgrades. And there's also a perk system in this as well. And the perk system is handled nicely because it depends on repeating certain tasks to unlock new perks. So it encourages you to use a particular weapon or attack in a particular way. So I like the combination between having your straightforward bog standard upgrades that you use hard earned cash to buy, and combining that with the perk system, as I mentioned. Now, the last thing I should mention is if you've played Mercenaries 1 or 2, you'll be familiar with Pandemic's design and that they love blowing stuff up. And you can do that at free will throughout the entirety of the map. Some people may consider this to be open world fluff and filler, but it's actually quite addictive going around blowing everything up. And you do get rewarded, as I said. You get contraband, as I said, you can use that to buy weapons and upgrades. And also, as I mentioned previously, once you start liberating areas, the colour is restored to that area of the map. So you are really rewarded for doing that type of stuff. Look, overall, this Saboteur is a really, really fun game. Definitely deserves that 7 out of 10 tag. And it's so unfortunate that Pandemic went down as a studio. Again, blame EA for the crap. But if you're craving something like Mercenaries 1 and 2, this definitely will fill that void, and a solid story to boot alongside it. Anyway, I'm going to get back to blowing some shit up here and kicking some Nazi ass. If you've enjoyed this video, guys, and you're new to the channel, please consider supporting me by subscribing. And for anyone else who's subscribed and actually watched this, share some comments down below. Have you played this game? And also a shout out and thank you to Hoover Motion, one of my subscribers who pointed this game out to me. Great find, great that you pointed it out to me, and it was great covering it on the channel. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.